Every morning, before the world gets a chance to tell you who you are, you have a powerful opportunity to decide it for yourself. The first conversation you have each day is not with your boss, your family, your problems, or your circumstances. It is with you. Most people wake up and immediately feed their mind with fear, complaints, stress, and doubts. Then they wonder why they feel weak, distracted, and unmotivated throughout the day. But what if 5 simple lines spoken every morning could completely change the way you think, the way you act, and the person you become? Because your words are not just sounds. Your words are instructions. Every sentence you repeat to yourself is planting a seed in your mind, and those seeds eventually become your beliefs, your habits, and your destiny. Before you chase success, before you fight your battles, before you prove yourself to the world, you must first win the battle inside your own mind. Today, you are going to discover the 5 powerful lines you need to tell yourself every morning, words that can rebuild your confidence, strengthen your focus, and awaken the version of yourself you were always meant to become. The moment you open your eyes in the morning, a battle begins. Not a battle with the world, not a battle with other people, but a battle within your own mind. Before you check your phone, before you hear anyone's opinion, before you allow the problems of yesterday to follow you into today, you have a choice. You have a chance to decide what kind of energy you are going to carry, what kind of person you are going to be, and what direction your life is going to move in. Most people wake up and immediately give away their power. They reach for their phone and fill their mind with other people's lives, other people's opinions, other people's expectations. They start the day reacting instead of creating. They allow stress to enter before strength has a chance to rise. And then they spend the rest of the day trying to fight a battle they never prepared for. But the person who learns to control the first moments of the morning learns to control something much bigger, their mindset, their emotions, and eventually their results. Your morning thoughts are not random. They are the beginning of your identity. The words you say to yourself when nobody is watching reveal the person you are training yourself to become. If you wake up saying, "I'm tired, I can't do this," nothing is working. Your mind begins searching for evidence to prove those statements true. Your brain listens to the commands you repeat. It starts building a reality around the beliefs you constantly feed. But when you wake up and choose powerful words, everything begins to shift. You tell yourself, "I am ready. I am capable. I have the power to handle whatever comes my way." Suddenly, you are not walking into the day as a victim of circumstances. You are walking in as someone who is prepared to create circumstances. Understand this. Your mind is like a garden. Whatever you plant consistently will grow. If you plant fear, doubt, and negativity every morning, those things will eventually become the strongest roots in your life. But if you plant confidence, gratitude, courage, and determination, those roots will become the foundation of everything you do. The world is constantly trying to program you. It tells you what you cannot achieve. It reminds you of your mistakes. It highlights your weaknesses. It gives you 1,000 reasons to stay exactly where you are. But every morning you get a moment of power where you can choose your own programming. You don't have to carry yesterday's failures into today. You don't have to let someone's criticism become your identity. You don't have to allow one bad moment, one rejection, or one mistake to decide your future. The person you become is built through the conversations you repeat every single day. Think about the strongest people you admire. They did not become powerful because life was always easy. They became powerful because they learned how to speak to themselves during difficult moments. When things went wrong, they didn't destroy themselves with negative thoughts. They reminded themselves of their strength. They reminded themselves that challenges were not signs to quit. They were opportunities to grow. And that is where your morning ritual becomes a turning point. 5 lines may seem simple. 5 sentences may seem too small to change your life. But never underestimate the power of small actions repeated consistently. A single thought repeated every day becomes a belief. A belief repeated every day becomes a habit. A habit repeated every day becomes a lifestyle. And your lifestyle creates your future. You are not just saying words in the morning. You are creating a relationship with yourself. Many people spend their entire lives looking for approval from others. They want someone else to tell them they are valuable, talented, and capable. But what happens when nobody is there to encourage you? What happens when you face a challenge and you need strength immediately? That is when the voice inside your own mind matters. You need to become the person who encourages yourself. You need to become the person who reminds yourself of your potential. You need to become your own source of belief. Because the truth is, you will spend more time with yourself than anyone else ever will. So the conversation you have with yourself is the most important conversation of your life. Imagine starting every morning with confidence instead of confusion. Imagine beginning each day with purpose instead of fear. Imagine looking at yourself and saying, "Today, I am going to show up as the strongest version of me." That decision changes your posture. It changes your actions. It changes the way you walk into opportunities. When your mind believes you are capable, you start behaving differently. You take action. You make better choices. You stop waiting for the perfect moment and start creating momentum. The difference between an ordinary day and an extraordinary day is often not the circumstances around you. It is the mindset you bring into those circumstances. The same challenge that breaks one person can build another. The same obstacle that makes one person quit can make another person stronger. The difference is not always the situation. The difference is the meaning they give to the situation, and you have the power to choose that meaning every morning. Before the world speaks to you, speak to yourself. Before doubts enter your mind, fill it with belief. Before fear takes control, remind yourself of your strength. Your first thoughts are setting the direction. Your first words are shaping your future. Win the morning, and you begin to win your life. The first step to changing your life is changing the way you see yourself. Because every decision you make, every action you take, and every goal you chase is influenced by the story you tell yourself about who you are. And that brings us to the first powerful line you must speak every morning. Asterisk, I am capable of more than I think. Say it with belief. Say it with intention, because this is not just a positive sentence. This is a challenge to the limits you have placed on yourself. Most people walk through life carrying invisible barriers. They have dreams, they have desires, they have goals, but deep inside there is a voice saying, maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe I'm not ready. Maybe I don't have what it takes. And the tragedy is that many people never discover what they are truly capable of, not because they lack talent, not because they lack opportunities, but because they believed the wrong things about themselves for too long. Your biggest obstacle is often not outside of you. It is the conversation happening inside of you. Think about how many times you have underestimated yourself. How many times have you looked at a challenge and immediately thought about why it might fail, instead of asking how you could succeed? How many times have you compared your beginning to someone else's, middle, and convinced yourself that you were behind? That voice has been shaping your choices, but today, you have the power to replace that voice. When you wake up and tell yourself, I am capable of more than I think, you are reminding your mind that your current situation is not your final destination. You are reminding yourself that growth is always possible. You are reminding yourself that the person you are today is only the starting point. You are not limited to your past. Your past is a collection of experiences, not a prediction of your future. The mistakes you made are lessons, not labels. The moments where you struggled are not proof that you cannot succeed. They are proof that you have survived, learned, and continued moving forward. Every person who has achieved something meaningful had moments where they questioned themselves. They had moments where the road felt too difficult. They had moments where quitting seemed easier than continuing. The difference is they decided not to let temporary feelings become permanent identities. They understood that confidence is not something you wait for. Confidence is something you build through action. You create confidence by keeping promises to yourself. You create confidence by doing difficult things even when you feel uncertain. You create confidence by proving to yourself again and again that you can handle more than you imagined. Your mind will always try to protect you from discomfort. It will tell you to stay where you are because familiar feels safe. But the life you want is usually waiting outside the comfort zone you have created. The person you want to become requires you to believe something different. You must stop asking, what if I fail? Start asking, what if I succeed? What if you are stronger than you realize? What if the challenge in front of you is exactly what you need to become better? What if the opportunity you are afraid to take is the doorway to the next level of your life? The questions you ask yourself shape the answers you find. A weak mindset looks at difficulty and says, why is this happening to me? A powerful mindset looks at difficulty and says, what can I learn from this? How can I grow through this? Who can I become because of this? That shift changes everything, because life will always bring challenges. There will always be moments when things do not go according to plan. There will always be unexpected problems, disappointments, and obstacles. But you do not need a life without challenges. You need a mind that is stronger than the challenges, and that strength begins with the words you repeat every morning. When you look in the mirror and say, I am capable of more than I think, you are not pretending everything is perfect. You are making a decision. You are deciding that fear will not be the leader of your life. You are deciding that your potential is greater than your current circumstances. Your brain believes what you consistently tell it. If you constantly tell yourself that you are weak, your actions will follow that belief. If you constantly tell yourself that you are capable, your actions will begin to match that identity. This is how transformation begins. A person who believes they can improve starts searching for solutions. They learn, they practice, they take responsibility. They stop waiting for someone else to save them. They become the creator of their own future. Look at the people who inspire you. They are not powerful because they never felt fear. They are powerful because they learned to move forward despite fear. Courage is not the absence of doubt. Courage is the decision that something else matters more than your doubt. Your dreams matter more. Your growth matters more. The person you want to become matters more. Every morning is another opportunity to strengthen that belief. Before the world reminds you of your weaknesses, remind yourself of your possibilities. Before anyone tells you what cannot be done, tell yourself what you are willing to become. You are not here to live a life controlled by limitations. You are here to discover the strength, discipline, and potential that has been waiting inside you all along. So tomorrow morning, when you wake up, do not begin your day by questioning yourself. Look at yourself and declare, I am capable of more than I think. Because the moment you believe there is more within you, you begin to unlock the life that is waiting for you. The next conversation you must have with yourself every morning is a conversation about power. Not the power to control other people, not the power to control everything around you, but the power to control the one thing that determines how you experience life, yourself. Every day, life will present you with situations you did not expect. There will be moments that challenge your patience, moments that test your confidence, and moments that push you beyond what feels comfortable. You cannot control every event that happens around you, but you can control the meaning you give to those events. You can control your response. You can control your energy. You can control the direction you choose to move. That is why one of the most important lines you can speak to yourself every morning is, I choose my response, my energy, and my future. Because the person who understands this truth becomes unstoppable. They stop living as a reaction to life and start living as a creator of their life. Most people wake up and immediately allow outside circumstances to decide how they feel. If the weather is bad, they feel bad. If someone says something negative, their whole day changes. If something goes wrong, they believe the entire day is ruined. But what if you stopped giving away that much power? What if you realized that your peace does not have to depend on what happens around you? Your emotions are valuable. Your energy is valuable. Your attention is valuable. And every morning, you have to make a decision about where you are going to invest them. Are you going to invest your energy into fear? Into worrying about things you cannot control? Into replaying mistakes from yesterday? Or are you going to invest your energy into growth, possibility, and the future you are building? The difference between a person who succeeds and a person who stays stuck is often found in this one area, their ability to choose their response. Anyone can feel motivated when everything is going well. Anyone can feel confident when there are no obstacles. But true strength is built in the moments when life does not go your way. When things become difficult, you discover who you really are. A person with a strong mindset does not say, this problem is destroying me. They say, this problem is teaching me. This challenge is making me stronger. This moment is an opportunity to become better. The situation may not change immediately, but the person facing the situation changes. And when you change, everything changes. You have to understand that your mind is constantly asking one question. What does this mean? When something happens, your brain looks for an interpretation. You lose an opportunity. What does it mean? You experience failure. What does it mean? Someone rejects you. What does it mean? And the answer you give yourself becomes the foundation of your emotions. If you tell yourself, this proves I am not good enough, you create weakness. If you tell yourself, this is feedback, this is growth, this is part of my journey, you create strength. The event is the event. Your interpretation creates your experience. This is why your morning words matter so much. You are training your mind before the challenges arrive. You are preparing yourself before the pressure comes. You are saying, no matter what happens today, I will choose who I become. That is freedom. Because a person who controls their response cannot easily be controlled by the world. You can lose something and still have gratitude. You can face difficulty and still have courage. You can experience uncertainty and still move forward. Your circumstances may influence you, but they do not have to define you. Every morning, you have an opportunity to decide the energy you bring into every room. Are you going to bring doubt or belief? Are you going to bring excuses or solutions? Are you going to bring fear or confidence? The energy you carry becomes the message you send to the world. People feel your mindset before they hear your words. They notice your confidence, your discipline, your attitude, and your presence. When you wake up with purpose, you walk differently. You communicate differently. You make decisions differently. You no longer wait for life to become easier before you become stronger. You become stronger first, and then you handle life differently. The future you want will not be created by waiting for perfect conditions. It will be created by taking control of your choices today. Your future is not built in one giant moment. It is built in thousands of small decisions. The decision to wake up and think differently. The decision to stay calm when things get difficult. The decision to keep going when others would quit. Every morning, you are casting a vote for the person you will become. The words you speak, the thoughts you repeat, and the actions you take are shaping your identity. So stop asking, what is happening to me? Start asking, who am I choosing to become? Because that question puts the power back in your hands. You are not here to be controlled by every situation. You are here to become the person who can face any situation with strength, clarity, and purpose. Today, make the decision, I choose my response. I choose my energy. I choose my future. And when you make that choice every single morning, your life begins to move in a new direction. The moment you understand that your thoughts have power, you begin to understand that your words have even greater power. Because every thought you repeat and every sentence you speak becomes a message you are sending to your own mind. Your mind is always listening. Whether you realize it or not, you are constantly training yourself. Every morning, every afternoon, every night, you are either building yourself up or pulling yourself down. There is no neutral conversation happening inside you. The words you choose are either creating strength or creating weakness. That is why these morning statements are not just simple phrases. They are a daily practice of becoming the person you truly want to be. You see, transformation does not happen because you suddenly wake up one day as a completely different person. It happens through small decisions repeated over time. A single thought becomes a belief becomes an action becomes a habit, and your habits eventually become your identity. The person you become is built from the things you repeatedly tell yourself. So if you want to change your life, you must start by changing the conversation happening inside your mind. Every morning before the distractions of the world enter, you have a chance to program your mind with intention. You have a chance to decide what kind of energy you will carry, what kind of attitude you will have, and what kind of person you will show up as. You are not waiting for confidence to appear. You are creating confidence through repetition. You are not waiting for motivation to arrive. You are creating motivation by reminding yourself why you started. The third and fourth lines you speak every morning are powerful because they help you build the foundation of a stronger identity. They remind you that you are capable, you are growing, and you are in control of your direction. One of those powerful reminders is this: I have the discipline to become the person I want to be, because dreams without discipline remain dreams. Goals without action remain wishes. Potential without commitment remains hidden. Many people have incredible ideas. Many people have great ambitions. Many people know exactly what they want from life. But the difference between those who transform their lives and those who stay stuck is the ability to take consistent action even when they do not feel like it. Discipline is not about being perfect. Discipline is about keeping promises to yourself. It is about waking up and doing what needs to be done, even when your emotions are telling you to stay comfortable. It is about choosing long-term growth over short-term comfort. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, you build trust with yourself, and that trust creates confidence. Think about it. If you constantly tell yourself you are going to change, but you never act, your mind starts losing faith in you. But when you make a commitment and follow through, something powerful happens. You begin to believe yourself. You begin to see yourself as someone who can be counted on. That changes everything. Because the strongest relationship you will ever have is the relationship you have with yourself. The way you treat yourself, the way you speak to yourself, and the way you respond to your own challenges determines the quality of your life. This is why the words you say in the morning matter. You are not just creating a positive mood, you are creating a stronger identity. When you say, I have the discipline to become the person I want to be, you are reminding yourself that your future is not controlled by your past habits. You are telling your mind that change is possible. You are telling yourself that every small action matters. And then you follow that statement with action. You make the better choice. You take the next step. You do the work. Because every great achievement is built through ordinary moments where someone decided not to quit. The successful person you imagine becoming is not created in one dramatic moment. They are created through thousands of small choices. The choice to wake up early. The choice to learn instead of complain. The choice to improve instead of blame. The choice to continue when things get difficult. These choices may feel small, but they are powerful because they are shaping who you become. And then there is another line that transforms the way you see your life. I am grateful for what I have and excited for what is coming, because gratitude changes your focus. A mind that focuses only on what is missing will always feel empty. But a mind that recognizes what is already present creates strength, peace, and confidence. Gratitude does not mean you stop chasing your dreams. It means you appreciate the journey while building the future. Too many people tell themselves, I will be happy when I achieve this. I will be happy when I get there. I will be happy when everything is perfect. But life does not happen in the future. Life happens now. The person who learns to appreciate today becomes powerful enough to create tomorrow. When you wake up with gratitude, you stop looking at life as something that is happening against you. You begin seeing opportunities everywhere. A challenge becomes a lesson. A failure becomes feedback. A delay becomes preparation. Your perspective changes. And when your perspective changes, your entire experience changes. This is the power of speaking to yourself every morning. You are choosing the lens through which you will view the world. You can wake up expecting problems, or you can wake up expecting possibilities. You can wake up focused on fear, or you can wake up focused on growth. You can wake up asking, why is life so difficult? Or you can wake up asking, how can I become stronger today? That question creates a different person. Remember, the world does not need a perfect version of you. It needs the strongest version of you that you are willing to build. Every morning, you get another chance to build that person. Speak words that create courage. Speak words that create discipline. Speak words that create belief. Because the person you become tomorrow is being shaped by the words you choose today. Your morning conversation is not just preparation for the day. It is the foundation of your future. The greatest transformation begins when you stop seeing your life as something that is happening to you and start seeing it as something you are creating. The 5 lines you speak to yourself every morning are not just words. They are a declaration of who you are becoming. Because every day, you are sending a message to yourself. You are either saying, I am ready, or you are saying, I am not enough. You are either building confidence or building doubt. You are either moving closer to your potential or allowing fear to keep you where you are. Then the final lesson is this. You must become the person you speak about every morning. You cannot spend your mornings telling yourself that you are powerful, capable, disciplined, and focused, and then spend the rest of the day acting like someone who has given up. Your words must become your actions. Your identity is not created by what you wish for. It is created by what you consistently practice. A lot of people wait for a different life, but they never become a different person. They want success without becoming someone who can handle success. They want confidence without developing the habits of a confident person. They want change without changing the way they think, speak, and act. But your external world will always reflect your internal world. The life you experience is deeply connected to the person you believe you are. If you see yourself as someone who always fails, you will find reasons to quit. If you see yourself as someone who is growing, you will find reasons to continue. That is why your morning conversation is so powerful. It is a daily opportunity to strengthen the identity you want to build. Every morning you are standing at a crossroads. One path leads back to old patterns, old fears, old excuses, and old limitations. The other path leads toward growth, courage, discipline, and possibility. And the choice begins with the words you speak. When you tell yourself, I am becoming stronger every day, you are not ignoring your struggles. You are recognizing that struggles are part of the process. The strongest people are not the ones who never face difficulty. They are the ones who refuse to let difficulty decide who they become. Every challenge you face is asking you a question. Will you become smaller, or will you become stronger? Will you let this moment break your belief, or will you use this moment to build your character? Because character is not created when everything is easy. Character is created when you have every reason to quit, but you choose to continue. Your future self is built through these moments. The person you dream of becoming is not someone completely different from you. That person is already within you. Your job is to remove the fear, the doubt, and the excuses that are hiding that version of yourself. Think about the person you want to be 5 years from now. How do they think? How do they handle pressure? How do they speak to themselves? How do they respond when life gets difficult? Now understand this. That person is not created 5 years from now. That person is created today. Every decision you make today is a vote for your future identity. When you choose discipline over comfort, you vote to become stronger. When you choose action over excuses, you vote to become successful. When you choose belief over fear, you vote to become unstoppable. Your life changes when your identity changes, and identity changes through repetition. The things you repeat become the things you believe. The things you believe become the things you do, and the things you do become the life you live. That is why these 5 morning lines matter. They are not magic words. They are reminders. They are tools that help you direct your mind before the world tries to direct it for you. You are reminding yourself, I am capable. I am strong. I am in control of my choices. I have the discipline to grow. I am creating a better future. Imagine what happens when a person begins every day with that mindset. They walk differently. They communicate differently. They make decisions differently. They stop looking for permission to become great. They stop waiting for someone else to believe in them. They start believing in themselves. And once you believe in yourself, you become willing to do the things necessary to create the life you want. You become willing to learn. You become willing to improve. You become willing to face uncomfortable situations. You become willing to take risks. Because you finally understand that growth is not about becoming someone else. Growth is about becoming more of who you already are. You were not designed to spend your life trapped by old fears. You were not designed to constantly question your own worth. You were not designed to wake up every day and let negativity decide your direction. You were designed to create, to improve, to evolve. But it starts with the conversation you have with yourself when nobody else is listening. That quiet moment in the morning is where your confidence is built. Before you face the world, build yourself. Before you chase goals, strengthen your mind. Before you ask the world to believe in you, believe in yourself. Because the most important person you will ever convince is the person looking